Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here. We are at GIA headquarters, and we have caught the notorious Inspector Mindblow today, and we're going to put him in the hot seat and make him rate 20 of the top NFT Web3 games today. Please welcome to the channel, Inspector Mindblow.
Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure being here, even though it's an interrogation. Still a pleasure being here.
That's right, you're going to answer all my questions. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pull out the tools, my special tools. You don't want that.
I kind of want to know what they are now.
Don't test me. I'm getting the pliers. Are you okay with your fingernails being ripped out?
Okay. This escalated very quickly. I will answer your questions. I will answer your questions.
All we want to hear. So, if you guys don't know, Inspector Mindblow is a content creator. He covers tons of Web3 games, NFT games on his YouTube channel, and we've been trying to get him in here. We've been trying to nail him down. He's a bit of an elusive character. But we got him here today, and we are going to rate 20 of these games. So let's jump right into this and get going. So, maybe you don't know all these. But that's okay. We're going to rate them anyways in this tier list. And as we kind of do, we're just going to kind of jump back and forth on the list here. We're going to start off with the bang. We're going to start with Axi Infinity. Where do you rate Axi?
That is a bang. Now,
give us your rating.
Look, first of all, it depends on how we rate these games as. So, a lot of these games on this list are not even out. A lot of them are in alpha. A lot of them are in beta. Axi Infinity is fully out. Axi Infinity works. You can earn in it, and Axi Infinity has terrible gameplay. So B tier.
B tier. Okay, wow. All right, B tier.
I'm going to put Axi on B tier because a lot of people love Axi. A lot of people love Axi for different reasons. Not because it has good gameplay, but Axi is also very important for the industry. Axi got a lot of people into crypto. Axi got a lot of people into crypto gaming and Web3 gaming. So Axi is very important. I would put it on direct tier, of course, if we were to rate it on any different scale. But considering all of this and what Axi means to the industry, that's why I can't put it lower than B, right?
Okay. Hey, I'll respect the B. I understand they've done some stuff. It's been a while. They've also done, in my opinion, some things that I would make sure to put them in a much lower tier. But let's move on. Bouncing to the back. Wildcard. Have you seen gameplay? Have you played this at all? It's in early access right now. But what do you think about Wildcard?
Well, I haven't played it, but I have seen gameplay. Wildcard looks ridiculously good. Wildcard looks like it's a Web 2 game, and I would never, ever in my life say that it's a Web 3 game if I didn't read the white paper myself. I don't think they have a play-to-earn model at this point. I don't know if they ever will. From the white paper, what I could tell is they have like a sort of play-to-earn NFT model. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. So there are going to be some elements where you'll be able to play and earn, NFTs within the game. But right now, in early access, we don't have those abilities just yet.
Yeah, of course. But okay, so Wildcard is not even in the early beta stages right now. It's like in the alpha stages or whatever. So still, considering all of that, it does have incredible gameplay. Seeing it where it is right now, it has incredible gameplay. I would gladly put it on the S tier, but I can't because it's not fully out. We don't know how it's going to perform once it does go full public, right? So therefore, put it in A tier because it just looks ridiculously good. Fluid.
Going A? Okay.
Just great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid.
There you go.
All right, what about Big Time? Have you played Big Time? Game of the year last year.
Really? Was it?
Where you been at? What are you inspecting out there?
Look, man, I inspect a lot of things. I mostly look at earning elements. I'm not a gameplay kind of guy,
You're all about the earning, right? You're all about the making that cheddar, finding the games that get the money.
Exactly. Trying to give financial advice without giving financial advice because it's illegal. No financial advice on my channel. Anyway, no. Big Time is great. Don't want to waste too much time on Big Time. I would put it on the B tier, but higher than Axi. Like before Axi for sure.
So where are we going? We're going B tier,
but before Axi.
There's only tiers. I don't like putting these in order. Doesn't think it's either B or A. So you
Right,
gotta go.
so-
You gotta pick one. You can't put it before Axi. If you put it above Axi, that means it's A tier.
Oh, I don't like that. I would then change Axi.
Oh. All right, we can change now before we solidify this.
Okay. Let's do like this. Put Axi in the C tier. Big Time is much better than Axi. I can't put. There you go. No.
All right, we've downgraded Axi now based on Big Time. Yeah, there's no ordering it within the category. It's either it's a B or it's an A. Like there's not like So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And then the next one on our list here is The Walking Dead Empires. This is a gala game, and it's a big IP, right? The Walking Dead. What do you think about The Walking Dead Empires?
First of all, big fan of the Walking Dead TV show. It's great that we have those sorts of collaborations in the crypto space. It's just amazing. Gala Games doing amazing things, of course. Big fan of Gala, big fan of everything they do. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of the top-down bird's-eye view gameplay. I never was. I did try it. Just not a big fan of that sort of gameplay, since considering this is a list for my preferences, right? I would put it in C tier. Just not a big fan of that particular type of gameplay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna compare that to Axi and see here, I would still say Walking Dead a better game, but Axi
has a lot more players.
Yeah, maybe some players that just kind of keep holding on to those bags because they don't got anything else. Who knows? All right,
that's true.
Let's move on to the next one here. Champions Ascension. Champions Ascension. They just came out with a big update with their first PvE element. This is mostly a PvP game, but have you played Champions Ascension? Free to play?
I have not played it, but I know all about it. But I have not played Champions Ascension myself. It does look really good. It looks like it has great graphics. I'm a big fan of a nice looking game. The graphics, of course, don't have to be super realistic in order to be good. They just need to have a good art style. Champions Ascension, don't want to go on too much with this. Champions Ascension is a solid B tier for me.
Solid B. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, I like Champions. We had the old Sally event here last week, and she's a tough beast. We're gonna take her down again on Friday with the rest of the agents.
No, Champions Ascension
check out if you like free games.
They're doing great things, I think, and they're probably gonna go higher on the list once they go fully live, public live.
Okay. What about the Borderless? Do you know about the Borderless? Have you heard about this game right here? The Borderless. This is a new up and coming game. It's a PvP game that has a horror element to it.
Borderless. I am familiar with it. Isn't that the free? It's free to play, right?
Yeah, right now you can jump in, and they do have playtest sessions and things like that they'll set up. But this is going to be a free to play game, as far as I know.
They are also, as far as I remember, they're coming soon on Steam and Epic Games, which is going to be great. Now, what I'm not familiar with is their play-to-earn model and their NFT model. That's something I'm not familiar with. I know that it looks good. I am a fan of horror games, and I am a fan of more Web3 games doing any kind of horror element. So, considering all of this, I don't have full info, so I cannot put anything in A or S tier where I don't have all the information. So I would also put Borderless in a solid B tier because it looks like it has a lot of potential, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, solid B. We were playing we saw some duo matches at 3XP Expo here last week, and people were really liking the duo matches. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of Borderless here as they make that road to launch. Hopefully.
Good luck to them. I wish them nothing but success.
Definitely. All right, bouncing around back to the front. Dead Drop. Have you played Dead Drop?
Of course.
Played it. All right. Are you an NFT holder or how are you playing the game?
No, I'm not an NFT holder. I kind of got laid into it. I didn't want to pay. I don't know how much it was when I was getting into it, but I got the pass thing for $20. And I forgot the name of it, but I got the
Tower Key.
Yeah, the Tower Key. There you go. I got the Tower Key. Dead Drop is great. I'm a huge fan of the two-time. Huge fan of the two-time. One of the reasons I'm called Inspector Mindblow is because I wanted to go with the doctor thing, but I didn't want to rip off the doctor, so I'm Inspector. So there you go, a little bit of Inspector Mindblow lore. This can't go anywhere except the S tier, and I stand behind that decision. Dead Drop is great. very fluid gameplay, super fun to play. Their NFT collection is doing amazing. I don't know if you've seen what they do on OpenSea, but no NFT collection has those kinds of stats. A lot of holders, a lot of unique holders, like less than 10% is listed.
Yeah.
All in all, looking at it from the gameplay side, from the blockchain side, great. Absolutely love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. I definitely think Dead Drop has a really bright future. They've been on a fast-paced development, stint here, and we've seen things improve significantly over just of 1 year's development time. And the game is fun. We're looking forward to Snapshot 6 coming out here in just like a couple days, a week's time. Yeah, we're gonna have some massive updates for this game. Yeah. So definitely make sure you jump in there and let me kill you. All right, moving on. Moving on. Superior, another Gala game here. Gala game that is fully launched. This is a fully launched game.
I know. I have played it. I have played Superior. Not a lot of people are a fan of the art style that Superior has.
What? And, who could not be a fan of that art style? It is good. It is top tier.
I've actually seen a lot of people bash that art style, and they want to go for the super realistic one. But my argument to that is, have you played Borderlands? A lot of people have played Borderlands. Yeah. It has that
similar kind of feel.
Exactly, and Borderlands is freaking amazing. So, for me, that's not a problem. I like Superior. I like the gameplay, but I definitely don't want to put it on A tier. I don't think it's better than Wildcard. It's nowhere near as good as Dead Drop, my personal opinion. And there's going to be a lot of games in the B tier, and Superior is one of them.
Okay,
Superior,
going B.
Yep.
Going B.
There you go.
Solid. Okay. All right, looking at this is a game that's a little bit different from some of these other ones. But what do you think about Evio? EV.
Oh, Evio or Evie, whatever the hell the name is.
I got it because Eve doesn't make sense. Like Evio doesn't make sense. It has to be E and V. E and V. Like it's like it is an acronym, even though I don't think it is.
I don't know. I always just called it Evie. Anyway, let's just call it Evie. That's one of those browser games that anyone can just jump in and play. And I will always be a fan of games that anyone can experience without having to pay anything, right? If I really like the game, I have no problem spending a lot of money in it. So that goes for Web 2 and Web 3 games as well. If I really like it, I have no problem buying skins. And for Web 3 games, if I really like it, I have absolutely no problem buying NFTs, no matter how expensive they are. That being said, Evio, just jump in, play on your browser for completely free. It is fun. It is fast-paced. And if you were to compare it to any Web 2 shooter, it would absolutely suck. But it is not. It's not a Web 2 shooter. It's built on the Solana network, and it has NFTs. And Evio for me is S tier.
S tier? All right, going S tier. Yeah, I mean, I would kind of compare it. There are games that are like this. I would say in Web 2, maybe Krunker is a very close kind of cousin, we'll say, to EV. Low poly graphics, high intensity. And I love the approachability of EV as well. So, all right, going S tier with EV. I'm a little surprised by that. Not that it's not a good game, but just putting it on the above Wildcard and the same level as Dead Drop. But
absolutely above Wildcard, because Evio is or EV, whatever, is actually fully available to play, and it is absolutely free to play, and you can just it is so easy to access. You type in ev.io and you start playing, and just because of that, and considering it's also a fun game, it's one of the few games that I actually sat down to play with friends, and we actually had fun playing it. So that's one of the many reasons why I placed it in the S tier.
Love it. No, those are great reasons. Those are definitely great reasons and definitely solid. All right, moving on. Next one up.
All right,
Spider Tanks from Gala Games. We got a couple Gala games on here, but these are all good. Games that are somewhat pretty much released, almost most of them.
Spider Tanks is fully live.
Spider Tanks. Gala Games.
Spider Tanks is fully live. So here we go. Spider Tanks is very controversial. When it came out, it had terrible in-game economy. At one point, they completely changed everything, and people started earning crazy money in it. And I actually made a dedicated video on that, on how a friend of ours, Classy, was earning a lot of money playing for free, which is something I love to see, but it's also something that definitely isn't sustainable. I have no idea how they do it from the backside, where the money is coming from, but either way, people are earning at the moment, and I hope to God it's no scheme or anything, and I hope it just stays like that for as long as possible. Either way, it is a very fun game. Not looking at any of the backside economic things, it's a very fun game. It's not S tier, but it's definitely very strong A tier, in my opinion, as the current state of the game is.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pretty much agree with you. I think that SpiderTanks has done a good job in making adjustments after their launch. I think that it's not easy to get these tokenized and these NFT-enabled economies to a place right out the gate where they're perfectly balanced. It is hard.
Yep.
It's a hard thing to do, and it's still something that I think that we're trying to nail down as an industry. SpiderTanks has done a good job pivoting, though. That is the hallmark of a good team. We've seen other teams, try and do some come out with horrible economies and just let them tank and do nothing with them. But I think SpiderTanks has actually done a good job of making sure that's not the case.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I also like the MOBA style of games. It just works really well, and I don't know if SpiderTanks is available for mobile or not, but MOBAs are so good for the phone. They're just made to be played on the phone. That's unfortunate, but either way, SpiderTanks, solid A, great game.
Okay, solid A. All right, going back to the front of the list, have you played the Fable? This is a game that is playable right now, and is very Souls-like. Did you know about this game? Have you played this game?
No, actually, no. I have not seen nor played the Fable. It's a Souls game that's on the blockchain. That's very interesting. No, I'm looking at the gameplay right now. This looks ridiculous. What the hell is this game? How has this gone under my radar? I gotta say, Stash is working harder than me, and this is not good. Not a good look for the Inspector. Either way, now looking at this, that I don't know about this game. I have not played it. I have not seen it. How would you rate it? Let's turn this interrogation around.
Whoa. So, you got to give me your rating, and then I'll give you mine. That's how this works, right? So I don't mind giving you my rating, but you got to rate it based on what you know, what you see, what you're maybe finding out right now.
Look,
clock's ticking.
Just from what I see here, it is built on the Unreal Engine 5, and it has crypto support. All of that looks great, but I don't know enough about this game to rate it any higher than like a C tier. So let's put it there.
Go and see.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. Yeah, I mean, I would say that, the Fable probably sits around a C or B tier for me. I think they've actually done a pretty good job of making a game that is fun and very, very playable. And they just need to kind of keep expanding on things and, pushing forward. I think the Fable is going to be a big surprise hit here as it launches. I think it's maybe towards the end of this year or 2024. So I'd probably rate it around a B. So very similar to what you have, B or C. And I respect that, and not being able to, know much about a game and rate them. It's not an easy thing. And then, a lot of people say, well, Stash, why do you make these guests? Why do you make them rate games they don't know? And I say, well, that's a twofold. There's two-part answer for this. And the first answer is, that's because they typically don't give me the games they want to rate beforehand, and so I have to pick some. And number two is actually it's a really good insight, and here's why. I can go and rate all these games based upon information I've already had because I've interacted with them. But when you really talk about a game, just a gamer coming across the game and how quickly they're going to be able to make a decision on, is this game look cool enough for me to play, to download and give it a try? And that is essentially what we just got right now from Inspector Mindblow. He didn't know anything about this game. He went quickly to the website. I saw him. And he went and checked it out. And just gave us a quick surface level, evaluation of it. And that's actually incredibly important and useful. And people don't realize how useful that can be, because that's what most gamers are doing. In particular when it comes to a Web3 game, but for every other game, they're just quickly going, they're checking it out. Maybe they see a quick video, a trailer, they see a couple of in-game images. That's all. You got maybe a few seconds to hook somebody when it comes to your game.
Yeah, that's actually a very, very good insight, what you just said. I think the main reason why I didn't want to put it above C tier is because the first gameplay that I saw was very dark. Their trailer is so dark. I can see that the graphics look good, but it looks so dark that it almost looks like, I'm not sure I want to try this,
Sure.
I won't brighter colors, more fluid gameplay, and I just want to have more information as soon as possible, right? I had to go over to their white paper to see that they have 40% of their coins for their play to earn element, and now that I know that they have the play to earn, that would maybe push them above C tier, but it's not going to, because 13% goes to the team and 27% goes to the token sales, and that's not something I like. So I'm fine with C tier. There you go.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah. Solid. I respect it. All right, moving on. This is one for sure. I know that you've played, that you've seen around. What do you think about the Sandbox? Obviously, a little bit different than the rest of these games, it being more of a game creation or experience creation platform. But overall, what is your tier list ranking for the Sandbox?
First of all, I've been around the block for a long time, and the block being YouTube. I've been doing YouTube videos for over 10 years, and the first channel that I ever did was a Minecraft channel, so I'm very familiar with the blocky graphics, and I'm very much in love with the blocky graphics. Sandbox, next to Evio, whatever, Dead Drop, and another game that is down there that I'm not going to spoil right now, are the only 4 games that I actually play and have fun in. And Sandbox, even you can earn with all their tournaments and all their events that they do. And I'm a big fan of the Sandbox. I know a lot of people aren't, and I have made tier lists before where I put Sandbox on S tier, and I will always put the Sandbox on S tier. I love the Sandbox. I love everything they do.
Going S tier with Sandbox, I would kind of agree with you guys with you there, and I think that the biggest hurdle the Sandbox has is just education. People don't understand it. They don't get really what it is. They think it's one game. They go in. It's I will say it's sometimes kind of hard for discoverability, but I think they're getting better at that. And people don't understand like really how to navigate it or what they should be doing, and so they get confused and they get one experience out of it. And maybe it wasn't the best one. Like Sandbox sucks. It was a weird thing. I went in there. I don't know. I couldn't find the game. I hear these all the time. I hear this all the time. But we do know season 4 is coming very soon. It is becoming later this year, and then we're also looking at self-publishing. So you're going to be able to, if you own land, publish your own experience on the map. The map is going to be live here pretty soon. The big map that you always see with everyone's land plots on it. You're going to be able to roam around and be able to experience those things here. By the end of the year, per their CEO Sebastian Bourget.
That is awesome. Sandbox is truly a real metaverse experience where you can do whatever the hell you want. You can start a quest, you don't like it, you can stop playing it and try a different quest. It doesn't matter, except if you do specific quests where you need to finish a line of quests in order to earn and finish those challenges, then you're going to do those specific things. But I agree with you on the part where it's not very obvious what you need to do. It is for me at this point, because I did play the Sandbox a lot, but starting out, it was a little bit difficult to really understand what the hell am I supposed to do in this game. So yeah, I do agree they need to do the education part a lot better, but everything else they have covered, in my humble opinion. They really deserve the S tier. They're one of the best blockchain games out right now.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I definitely agree. I think that there's a lot to the Sandbox. I love the different IPs that they're bringing on board. It's a pretty wide variety, everything from Care Bears to Avenged Sevenfold to Gucci to Snoop Dogg. I mean, kind of catering to a pretty large audience. And, they just really need to, I think, get to a point where the game is fully launched and all the features that they are realizing here are available to everybody. And that's when we're really going to see, I think, a lot of interest pick up in the Sandbox. Similar to like a Roblox, right? Very similar
exactly.
to Roblox.
Exactly.
All right, moving on. Moving on to the Wild West. What do you think about Grit? Have you played Grit? Another Gala game here.
Another Gala game. Gala is on fire with all the games they're making.
They've got a lot of games. They got a lot of games that are launched or about to launch or in pretty good state of playability. So yeah.
Gala definitely has the potential to be the EA games of the Web3, the blockchain gaming space. They definitely have that potential. As long as they keep nailing the games, they do gameplay good. They have so far nailed the economy system in Spider Tanks. I'm not sure how the economy system is going to pan out in Grit, but I guess we won't know until the official public release of each of these games. So that being said, I love the Wild West. I love the Battle Royale format the Grit is going for. It's definitely a unique take. Even if it was a Web 2 game, it would be unique. I don't think there is Wild West Battle Royale anywhere. That being said, I'm a huge fan of Battle Royale games. In my opinion, Grit is a solid A tier.
Going A? Okay, yeah. And just for you guys out there, Grit is officially released. It is on the Epic Games Store, so you can go and download it and play it today without any kind of, any kind of hoops to jump through. Ain't gotta get your old lasso out there and jump through any hoops. So it is funny. I agree with you. It's definitely, I love the old Western theme, and it's definitely something we haven't seen in the Battle Royale genre. I'm on the kind of same page as you with the kind of earning. I wasn't a big fan of the way that they how expensive their NFT drops have been for Grit, but hopefully they will make that more approachable here as they kind of make their inroads after release.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I wasn't sure whether it's fully released or not, or if they have the play to earn model fully released, right?
I don't think they have like really any play to earn like that right now. But it is full. I mean, it is on the Epic Games Store. It is not in early access any longer, and you can just go play it. Play it directly from there now, which is great, which is good. It's getting the exposure. All right. Moving on. These crazy little rabbits. Call them hoolies. What do you think about My Pet Hooligan?
My Pet Hooligan looks great. Huge fan of those wacky, weird little games that just do something totally different. Like you play as a little rabbit, as a little bunny. Graphics actually look really good. The shooting mechanics also look very solid. Now, I have not played it myself. I'm not even sure if it's available right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is actually, but you should know more about it. I haven't played it myself. Therefore, a game I haven't played, I cannot put on A or S. That's just my opinion. That'd be really bad. So looking at all of that, looking at how the graphics look, in my opinion, and the whole art style, for me, My Pet Hooligan is a very, very solid B tier.
B tier? Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you haven't played it, I can definitely understand that. Personally, I would rate My Pet Hooligan higher. Obviously, I am 100% hooligan, but I think that if you give it a try here, I think you might agree with it as well here in the future. They're getting ready to release a brand new massive update to the game in just, we'll say, a couple weeks here. We don't have the official date yet, but we do know that Amazon Prime Gaming is going to be helping with this release, and so that has already been. We leaked that over at 3XP. Me and the CEO Colin, we were on stage shoutcasting for the esports match for My Pet Hooligan. So a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. All right, moving on. I know this is one that you've definitely played. What about Gods Unchained?
Oh, Gods Unchained.
GU.
Look. It's not for everyone. It's a card game.
No, yeah.
Definitely not for everyone. But the people who are in love with card games, as I am, I have played everything from the Legends of Runeterra to back in the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! Grew up with that. Gods Unchained is a very, very solid card game. Just looking at the pure base of what it is, it's a very, very solid card game with great rules and a great lore, and I'm just a big fan of what they do. And then add on top of that they are play to earn, and they're play to earn where you have 10 games a day which are ranked, and for those 10 games you can earn real money or their God's token, right?
Yeah,
and so yeah, exactly. It is very much skill based. I have never bought one of their NFTs because I do a lot of videos for Gods Unchained, and I'm not gonna buy NFTs. I'll just keep playing for free and to show people that you can beat an NFT deck as long as you have a good strategy and as long as you have a good understanding of how the game works. Either way, I'm just rambling too much at this point. Gods Unchained, absolutely love it. S tier, no question.
S tier, there we go, man. Yeah, I have a pretty massive collection of Gods Unchained cards. I'm the exact opposite. I have been playing Gods Unchained actually since the closed beta in 2018. One of the very first, solid NFT Web3 enabled games that really came out early on, and I've been there since the beginning. Now I don't play as much GU these days, but they have done a great job with rolling out those play to earn mechanics and making adjustments as they went along. And mobile
just came out recently.
Yep, mobile was one of the biggest things I've been waiting for. I was like, this will take this game to the top, and I think that they're well on their way. Well,
I agree, 100%. There's nothing to add.
yeah, yeah. All right, another Gala game, Mirandus. This is one that, obviously is in very early development, but we've had some play tests here, some pretty big play tests recently, where a lot of people have jumped on and had some fun here with Mirandus. What do you think about this game? Do you know much about it? Did you get to play in the play test?
No, I haven't had the chance to do the playtest. I'm definitely down to do the playtest. Paranus looks one of those games that has a lot of potential. Mirandus can definitely go places as long as they nail a couple of things, as long as they nail the gameplay loop, and then they don't make the NFTs as expensive as some of the other games that they did, which is a really big turnoff for a lot of Web3 people. And now, if they do that right, if they nail the gameplay loop, as I think they will, because right now it does look really good, and the things they're promising, if they deliver on everything, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So, considering it's so early, I can't put it on S tier, and also I don't really play it. I haven't played it, so I can't put it on A or S. We already established that I'm not going to do that. So it's a very strong B tier. I would love to put it on A after I give it a chance to actually sit down and play it. But for now, this is where it's at.
Going A? All right, gotcha. Okay, this is another popular one. Big release just came out not too long ago. What do you think about Eluvium?
Yo, man, Eluvium is one of those games that's either going to be a hit or a miss. And this
isn't that every game? Is it? I mean, it's either it's a hit or it's not, right? I don't know.
For a lot of games, you exactly know how it's going to pan out, and for a lot of games, like for example, Evio, you know what their highest potential is, and they're already there, and that's it. That's their top. Eluvium has the potential to be the absolutely biggest thing to have ever existed in blockchain gaming, and at the same time, if they under-deliver, it's going to absolutely flop. And I could make some comparisons to some Web 2 games that, like, for example, No Man's Sky, that promised so much, and then when it came out, it has zero content in it, and people just didn't play it. They didn't have the redemption story after that, and that doesn't matter right now. But Eluvium is a weird one for me. It looks amazing. I so very much want it to be amazing once it gets fully released. I hope it will be. I have tried it, of course. Since it's not fully out, and S tier for me are the games that I have played and that I keep playing because I really like playing them. Eluvium is not on that list because, of course, it's not even fully out yet. You can try the beta, you can try the arena mode, but that's about it. So Eluvium is a very strong A tier for now. Hopefully to be S at some point. I really hope.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. All right, here's a new one up and coming, the Machines Arena. What do you know this game? Have you checked out Machines Arena?
Machines Arena is the top-down wacky little shooter that's also available on Steam, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, isometric. Yeah, it's definitely got that feel to it, and they were also at 3XP here just recently. Some big news and updates coming from them soon. I can't say more. I cannot disclose more intel on this, but I will say, you guys, the stuff that I saw at 3XP, it blew my mind. Pun intended.
Okay.
Took you a second.
Okay. Well, look. The first thing is it's available on Steam, and that's just that fact is completely amazing. I love it. Steam, Epic Games, any crypto game that is on those big platforms is amazing. It's very good for the whole industry. Now, I have said before that I'm not a fan of the top-down look,
right?
Don't
like
perspective of the isometric games. That's just a personal thing. I never liked it. Even as a kid, I didn't like those types of games. I like first-person shooters, and I like card games, and sometimes third-person as well. When we're talking about the Sandbox, at least. Yeah, for me, the Machines, not a big fan of what it is right now, of what I see right now from the game. I'm not going to put it on Wrecked, of course, or D tier. I don't think any game deserves to be there, at least no game that you have presented here. So I would put it a solid C.
Going C. All right. Yeah. Oh.
I hope they change my mind.
You're too kind. You're a bit too kind, I will say. Nothing in D or rec category. That's okay. That's okay. There, you're right. I understand. You got it. You said nobody deserves maybe to be there. Maybe. But we do have two more, and they're the last two. The last two, which I thought was kind of all right. So the last. So
okay.
We're gonna end it here. What do you think about Last Expedition? This is another Gala game that is in development, but has made some pretty big progress here recently.
Last Expedition looks great. I have played it, and okay, let me just preface this by saying this. So the reason nothing is in D or Rect is because we're judging the Web3 games based on different standards. If I was to judge the Web3 games based on what I judge the Web2 games for, no game would be even in the D tier. Maybe Gods Unchained in the Sandbox. Okay, and that, but they would be D, and the others would be Rect. And since we're not judging based on that, I'm judging them on different types of parameters. I'm judging them based on how much potential they have, how well they do the blockchain part, and then also how good their gameplay is compared to the rest of the Web3 market, not even looking at the Web2 side of things, right? So all of these games are actually really good gameplay-wise, except Axi Infinity. The only reason Axi Infinity is not wrecked is because of what it meant for the industry when it came out. All right. Now, with all that being said, Last Expedition, I have played it. Great game. I don't think it deserves to be on the A tier with Eluvium and Spider Tanks and the other games. I would put it on B tier at the current state where it's in right now. Once they polish the gameplay and once they fix a couple of things, it can definitely be A tier, maybe even S tier. But current state, B.
B, yeah, I can agree with that. I think that they definitely need some more polish. You know, the big jump that they made here was going, upgrading to UE5, right? That was the big jump. They was built originally in UE4, and they've kind of had to revamp everything. And I appreciate the fact that they're doing that for a very forward-thinking game. But I do think they're going to be a top-tier game, here as they continue to polish and make the game better throughout the rest of 2023. All right, last one, and it's the last one remains. The last remains. What do you think? Do you know this game? Have you played it?
No, I have not played it. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to play it. I would absolutely love to play it. It looks. I have done a little review.
Zombie survival battle royale. It's like throwing everything in there.
So unique. It is so unique. I actually absolutely love the premise of that. It's not only a battle royale, but you also fight against zombies. So that's something that's very unique, even for Web2 games, and that's a quality that I really look for in crypto games. But since I have not played it, it cannot be A, it cannot be S. We have established that. So it cannot be D, it cannot be Rect. We have established that as well. So what remains is C and B, and there's a lot of things in B, but the last remains is going to go in a solid B as well. The last one goes on B, right. And that's the bottom line because the inspector said so.
And there we go. This is the inspectors. Inspector Mindblow's tier list. We've rated 20 of the top games here. He was very kind today. Nothing in D, nothing in Rect. Played it a little safe in my opinion. That's okay. That's okay. Great take on pretty much everything here. I think that it was solid. I can't hate. I can't hate on showing some love and making sure no one gets in that D and Rec category. So some of these games maybe you didn't know, but still rated them based on a quick look. Not the easiest thing to do. So I love it. That's it. Well, so now that we've done this tier list, are there a game like, you know what, I gotta go play this after I've seen this and something I need to jump into? Is there one game that stands out like, you know what, if this was on Stache's tier list, this is something I haven't played, I gotta go check it out? Is there one game that you could say maybe that's the one I want to go play right now that you have not played?
That I have not played. I would love to check out Fabled.
Fable.
That's a game I have not even heard before this list. But all of the other games I have at least seen or heard about them. Fable that I have not even heard about. It is a Souls-like game. I'm not a big fan, and that might be a controversial take, but I'm not a big fan of the Souls-like gameplay. But that being said, I would love to check out how Web3 game tackled that. So the Fable is something I would definitely love to try out. Okay,
there you go. Well, that's our tier list today. We got them. Thank you so much for joining us here, Inspector Mindblow. Yeah, for having a little fun here and rating some of these 20 of these top NFT games, Web3 enabled games. What do you guys think? Where would you rate these games? Make sure you leave it in the comment below. That's all we have today. As always, this briefing never happened. Secret Agent Stache, over and out.